Welcome to Season 3 of The Breakdown, the official podcast of the Breakaway Roping Journal and calfroping.com. This season, we're diving into both the breakaway and calf roping like never before, bringing you the personalities, successes, and horses that make these events great.
You can expect training tips from the top ropers, stories from the road, and industry news that goes beyond the numbers.
I'm Taylor Vollen, your calf roping host.
And I'm Lillian Kent, your breakaway host.
And this is The Breakdown.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Breakaway Breakdown. This week we have none other than Shelby Boisjoli-Meged on the podcast to discuss her Cheyenne Frontier Days win that she just secured with her two-time Horse of the Year, Onna. Shelby and Onna posted a 3.7 second time in the short round on Sunday at Cheyenne to win a total of $16,280. Now, this was a super welcome paycheck for Shelby, who says that she's been in a little bit of a slump and taken a second to get going on the summer run. And as I'm recording this, she is sitting number 5 in the world standings with $76,134, and that was updated on July 31st. That's got her a solid 40 grand above the number 15 bubble, which is currently held by Kendall Pearson with $45,000. So I would say that she can breathe a little easier and definitely has some momentum heading into the second half of the summer run. We'll dive into the interview with Shelby in just a second, but first I have to say thank you to roping.com for supporting this week's episode on the breakdown. You can learn from Shelby Boisjoli on roping.com, plus a slew of other breakaway coaches, including Sarah and Martha Angeloni, Kelsey Domer, Danielle Lohman, Josie Connor, and Aaron Johnson. You can get started today on roping.com with a 3-day free trial, and I will be covering some more of the roping.com perks at the break. But now it's time to jump in with Shelby. It's time to rope. Let's go. Okay, well, hello, Shelby. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us after your amazing Cheyenne win today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here.
Awesome. So tell me where you're at right now. You said you just dropped Haven off at the airport.
Yeah, I took him to the airport in Denver. I guess he's going to go back to Texas for a day and get an MRI on his knee. And I'm just going to spend the night in Cheyenne, and then I'll head to his parents' place tomorrow and stay there for a couple days and practice before kind of the second half of summer starts.
Right. I didn't know that his knee was messed up.
Yeah, I don't know where he tweaked it. He was thinking maybe Prineville, and then it slowly just got pretty sore over the summer, so he's just gonna go get it checked out and see what's going on.
Okay. Well, get some practice runs in. Do you just have Onna on your trailer, or do you have a few other horses you're going to be riding?
I have my black mare Root Beer out here with me, and she's been really good out here. She's just kind of out here for backup. I try to just stay on one horse if I can, so I'll practice on her a little bit in Miles City.
Okay. Yeah. I know Root Beer was the mare that really started it all for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Root Beer needs more credit.
Yeah, she really does.
I love it. Okay. So Cheyenne set up so long that, you come to slack and then it's like, oh, wait, let me go back and do my perf. Oh, wait, let me go back and do short go Sunday.
Yeah.
Walk me through kind of the timeline. Like, where were you going in between and how did all that play out?
Oh gosh. So we came here for Cheyenne, and we roped one in the first round, and they took I think they took 60 girls back. Well, I missed in that round, so I had to rope again the next day in the wild card round, and I actually missed in the wild card round too, but I kicked my horse up and fished it on and I was the cut, pretty much making it back out of the wild card round. And then we had to go rope at Salt Lake and Salinas and Nampa and Ogden, and then we came back and I roped one in the performance,
Mm-hmm.
and I was also like fourth. I was pretty much the bubble to get out of the first semifinals. And then we went to Spanish, I think, and I went to Deadwood and Helena and where else did I go? Lewiston, Montana, and then came back. And actually it's kind of a blur. I don't actually know the
Yeah.
order.
It's a test of your memory here. I think it's a
Yeah.
true peek into what y'all summers looked like, because this has just been in like the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been super busy. It's been crazy. I actually felt so bad for Onna, and then I guess we roped in the quarterfinals, was it? Or the
Mm-hmm. The
semifinals
perfs.
after the quarterfinals, yeah, the perfs, and then uh yeah, made it back to the short go. I've never made it out of the first round. Well, I've
Oh,
never made it out of the first perf at Cheyenne before. I've made the perfs twice and never made it past that.
I bet it was a little nail biting to barely make it out of the wild card and then barely make it out of the perf, and then you get to the semifinal and I see that you were third in your semifinal with Kinley Bernice won that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely it's honestly like I think that you have to earn wins out here more this year than any other year. There's so many tough girls out here, and even the girls that aren't rodeoing that are just circuit girls are such talented ropers and the horsepower and everything else. And I think that breakaway roping's at the point where like a lot of girls have got it figured out right now, and a lot of girls are at the top of their game and they're going. And I don't know, I think that I've also been struggling out here major, but I also think that if you're consistently winning out here, you're really doing it, because it's definitely not easy to win right now.
Mm-hmm. The circle girls will pop up and take your money.
There,
Mm,
yeah, like every rodeo I've gone to, like I feel like if I do make a good run, I felt like I made like a decent run for myself, and pretty much the whole summer I've been winning checks, like $200 checks, $300 checks. I've placed 15th at a lot of rodeos, but it's also super cool to see the sport taking off and see how competitive that it's gotten.
mm-hmm. Is there a level of
And
frustration there for you? Like you're like, gosh, like y'all
yeah,
quit being so good, please.
mainly just frustrated that I'm not able to like I've just had like a really kind of I've started off the summer really slow. When I have caught the calf, it's only been for like a few $100s. And then when I've missed, it's been for a lot of money. And it's just been really frustrating because I myself haven't done my job. But it's also, I guess it's not frustrating. I'm not frustrated ever when I get beat. That's fine. And that's part of it, getting beat. But I'm frustrated when I don't do my job, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But Anna's been feeling good, working good, just kind of doing
Yeah,
her
we
thing.
started the summer out pretty slow. Her and I were not getting along at the start of the summer. Like we were just not on the same wavelength, and we finally started clicking out here. I'm terrible for it though. I don't do a good enough job like getting ready for the summer. I always mess around on the young horses way too long, and I don't pay enough attention to the good horses or myself. And then all of a sudden, we have to leave for the summer, and I actually ended up turning out of Vernal and Newtown. I turned out of a
Mm-hmm.
couple. I was supposed to come out here a lot sooner, but I summer came snuck up on me and I was not ready to go. So I had to stay home for that week and just kind of try and get my ducks in a row and get sharp before I came out here. And still,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like now I've just this week I've finally just started to get into the swing of things. I felt so behind this year.
Yeah, and I mean we're on like week like eight, eight,
Yeah,
eight or
I
so.
know. I've been panicking, and Haven's like, "You have so much more summer left. There's so many rodeos left." And I've just felt panic because after the fourth run's a big run, and then this
Mm-hmm.
past week after the fourth run is huge. So I kind of was feeling like if I couldn't get something going after this week, then I was definitely gonna really panic.
Yeah, listen to Haven. He knows what he's talking
Yeah,
about. Because
yeah,
I was
uh,
just doing math over here. I mean, with this, you should be sitting around $85,000, which the standings haven't been updated in a few days, but that would put you third in the world, which should feel better than, you said you've been having such a hard time.
Yeah, definitely. And I finally, I did get the ball rolling a little bit at Spanish. I won a little bit of money out of there and won a little bit of money out of Deadwood. So I was really excited to place at 3 rodeos in like the same week. That has not happened
Yeah.
since I left the house.
You're
So
like, look out, everybody. I'm on a hot streak.
yeah, yeah. I
It's
was
hard
super
though,
excited.
because the young ones, to me, that's fun. Like you get to see them
Yes.
grow in leaps and bounds, and you already know you're a badass roper. You won the world last year. So it's like it's hard to keep grinding, and it's hard to find that desire to be sharp when you're like, oh, but let me go put the 30th ride on this colt that,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really special.
It's so tough too because like I guess from the outside looking in, people would probably think like, "Oh, she has a gold buckle. She probably is so confident, like she knows that, she can compete and win and stuff." And it's like not it's honestly not like that at all. Like Haven always gets after me. He's like, "Shelby, you need to stop acting like this. You have a gold buckle." And it doesn't it doesn't give you for me anyways, it doesn't give me any more sense of like confidence or belonging or anything like that. Like
Mm,
I feel the exact same. Like I feel like I'm still panicked that I want to make the NFR. Like I don't feel like anything's a given. I don't feel any more confident. If anything, I've had less confidence this year than I've
no.
ever had. And it's
Oh
been
my
so hard
gosh.
struggling and stuff, but I guess it's just like I don't know. I wish that it would gave me a lot more confidence and sense of belonging than it
Well,
has, but I feel like I
uh,
have to work harder now than I ever have.
people, I mean, if people didn't already know your name, they do now. There's no getting out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your gold buckle from last year is not giving you confidence, is this Cheyenne win giving you confidence?
Yes, so much. It's helped so much because I was there's been so many times I've wanted to just throw my sucker in the dirt and go home, but I've just been trying to keep a positive attitude, and I know
Mm-hmm.
that my time would come if I just kept my head down and kept working at it and just
Mm-hmm.
be positive and just know that it's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen, and I've done everything I can to make it happen. So it was
Yeah.
definitely like it was to the point my mom told me today after Diane, she's like, "Your dad and I really wanted to fly down and watch you, but we didn't think you were gonna win it." So it's
I
like,
heard
I
your
know
interview. You're like,
I
I
almost
wish my
probably
parents were here.
I know, I almost probably reached for my rope to untie it because that's been my thing is just untie my string off my rope riding out of the arena. That's been my summer. So my sister teased me. She's like, "Was it muscle memory? Did you go to untie your rope and realize it was popped off already?"
Wow,
I
your
was like,
family's hard on
"Yeah,
you.
yeah."
Wow.
Yeah, we joke about it though. I mean, you can't take it too seriously or get
Yeah.
get too upset about it because it is what it is, and that's what Haven told me too. He's like, "Do you think you're the only person that's ever been in a slump before?" And I was like, "No, it kind of comes with the territory of rodeoing. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen." So you just,
Yeah.
I feel like the more accepting you can be of it, the better.
Mm-hmm. And I will say that my coworker Taylor Vollen was there shooting video and taking photos at the short round, and she did an amazing job. And the victory lap video of you afterwards, you were just beaming, and I was like, this gal is like literally radiating. And
Yeah.
honestly, you even looked happier than you did after you won the world. I'm not saying you
I was
were,
so
but
happy because I literally felt like catching's been hard. Everything's felt hard, and I've literally had just doubted myself so much, and I was just so happy because it always just takes one run to turn it around, and like it finally just felt easy again, and then it was obviously for a Cheyenne title and everything else, and I didn't expect to win it today either. I was like just praying I would catch the cap today. So
no.
it was just such a relief. I was feeling so many emotions because I was like, finally.
I know you got so many people in your ear, but my desire to just like hype you up and like, I'm like, improve your self talk. Come on, we got this.
Well, thank you.
I know you have so many people in your corner though.
Yeah, I'm very lucky for all the people I have in my corner.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break from this episode to talk to you about roping.com. As I mentioned in the intro, roping.com is the premier place for breakaway roping education and entertainment. I'm just scrolling the website here. On the first page, we have box work and scoring, practice sessions with everything from finished horses to green horses. You get to see all the pros' gear, their favorite bits, reins, ropes, how they set up their Hondas for practice. We've got mental game with LD, can't beat that. Breakaway horsemanship, positioning, swing and delivery, dummy drills, fundamentals, first swing secrets. I could go on and on. That's just the first page on the breakaway roping section of roping.com. So if you haven't checked out roping.com, I don't know where you've been. You've been under a rock or something. We got a 3-day free trial. You can check it out, see if it's for you, dig into all the content. And if you've got a calf roper or team roper in your life, there's plenty on there for them to dig into as well. We do a ton of live streams on roping.com, and then we also release footage from rodeo video, including the Mo Bettas, Spicer Grips, and Wildfires. So I don't know what you're waiting for. You better get over there and check out roping.com. We got a whole dedicated team really passionate about bringing you the best roping content in the game, and they do a dang good job. Thank you again for roping.com for supporting this episode of The Breakdown. Now let's jump back in. Talk me through your short round run. You mentioned you just wanted to catch, but you did a little bit more than catching, went 3.7, which wasn't the fastest time of the year this year, but it was faster than last year's short round win time that Joey Williams posted, and very, very solid, looking at the times throughout.
Well, I watched the video on my calf, and it was definitely like a poochier calf. Like, I definitely got the loper, but he came out, and like when you run up on him, he definitely wanted to cut right hard. So I practiced a lot on the dummy, throwing to the right, and then just was telling myself, just make sure I stay down, stay down, stay down. Like, make sure that I finish my throw when he steps right. And I also know that, like, I don't know if it's because of me not liking calves that go right, or if Onna doesn't like calves that go right, that's why I'm not good at it. I don't know, but between the two of us, it's not our strong suit when calves go right.
Okay.
So, I told myself I really need to hit the barrier regardless of what's getting done, regardless of how fast I have to be. I have to hit the barrier because I feel like it's pretty hard in Cheyenne. If those calves beat you to the right, then it's kind of just you're playing tug of war to get over there and get in behind them again. And it's a really tough shot if they beat you over there and you get onto the left hip. So I didn't plan to hit the barrier that hard. I honestly thought I broke the barrier. I think I was on my second swing running to the calf when I heard Haven just scream, yeah, because I was like, oh my gosh, you broke it. And then I heard Haven yell, just screaming, yeah. So then I knew I got out. So then I just tried to take my first best shot before the calf beat me over there.
Oh my gosh.
That was kind of a stressful run. It was almost an emotional roller coaster going through the run because I was really upset when I went because I thought I broke it, and then I realized I didn't break it, and then it was good though. It worked out.
There's a lot to happen in 3.8 seconds.
It
Or
is a lot to
7,
happen.
rather.
Yeah.
Because it was like when you threw the calf headed even harder right, and it almost just ran right under your loop and just like, mwah, beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew he was gonna go over there pretty hard. So, and I mean, I think that's a huge part of Cheyenne too, though, is especially with the tournament style, the way it's set up and fast times advancing. I think that you definitely have to draw good calves to make it through. And I think that's probably the biggest part of it is drawing good calves. So I was fortunate to draw one of the slower ones today, and it worked out. I mean, they can be tricky at Cheyenne. I noticed a lot of the calves wanted to kind of cut right at Cheyenne, and a lot of the calves wanted to get to the left fence. There wasn't very many calves that just ran straight down the pipe. And it's honestly unbelievable watching, though, how far breakaway roping has come and how advanced the girls are, because it seems like no matter where you go anymore, I mean, you go to Nampa and I'm pretty sure there's only like 2 girls in the short go that are like top 15 girls, and the rest are like circuit girls and just girls from all over that are going out. I think a 2-3 was like the cut to make the short go there. Like, it's crazy competitive. And then you go to Selena's and it's the same thing on a completely different setup. So it's cool to see that there's so many like handy girls out there, and breakaway roping's come so far, and the horsepower and everything else. It's like, it's really good watching.
Yeah, you're like, and now I have to work harder.
Oh yeah, it's so hard to win, but it's really good watching.
Well, and you saying that about, coming up and all these gals that are just kind of coming out of the woodworks. We had the WCJR at Guthrie, the youth rodeo, and I mean, crazy talent there. And then we're also going to have a chance to see people who maybe aren't on the pro rodeo circuit at the $1 Million Breakaway, because they have that qualifying system. So I'm kind of like, what's going to happen? Like, we're going to, of course, everybody who doesn't get straight invited from the world standings is going to go try to, make their bid to get in. But then like, inevitably there's going to be somebody sneak in that isn't a familiar name. And I'm like super excited to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's really cool to see. And like, even just with Selena's, like, I've literally placed in the average every year at Selena's. I've won it twice, and then I won 3rd last year, and then I won 7th this year. And I won 7th this year doing the same thing that I've done the last 3 years that have won me no worse than 3rd. So it's really cool to see how much it's taken off in the competition.
Yeah, and I remember you won it on Lil Punch one year, right?
Yeah.
Before he became Haven's winning calf horse.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with your newfound confidence, what is the next few weeks going to look like for you?
We'll go to, I guess we go Great Falls, Idaho Falls, and then we go Preston, Idaho, and then Dodge City. And then after Dodge City, we'll go Hermiston. So it kind of takes right back off again. So it'll be nice to have a few days off before we make all those miles again and start. I feel like this is kind of the halfway point of the summer. So I feel like we'll start our second half off, and it's nice to have a few days off after Cheyenne before we get going again.
Yeah, I'm thinking just kind of dates and everything. That sounds about right, but it feels like it's been so long. I'm like, I've written so many stories.
Like I've been here
forever. I know, and I'm not even driving.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, is everything good with Onna? You guys all straightened out again?
Yes, she's been a saint. She's been, especially I feel like this last week or so, she's really turned it on, and I can tell that she's got her confidence out here again, and she's ready to start winning now too.
Yeah, she probably knows what victory laps are at this point.
Oh my gosh, she's so naughty. When I go to walk into arenas, she thinks we're about to just take off and run around it. She might be worse than a goat horse.
Oh my gosh, you might have to start riding the horses they provide. Will you though? I don't know.
Funny how wild they get.
Yeah.
She loves them though. I don't think I could ever get off of her for the victory laps. It's her favorite thing.
I know. In the pictures, it's like, look, this is me and this is my horse I did it on.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do the victory lap on your horse.
I know. I feel bad when the barrel racers don't do it on their horse. I know why they don't do it, but I'm like, man.
I know, we probably overthink it. We're like, oh, they love their victory laps, like they deserve it, and they're probably like, just take me to the barn and feed me, please.
They're like, cookies, where are they?
Yeah.
And we're like over here giving them emotions and
yeah. Yeah.
My horse loves me.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I will let you go. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed that episode with Shelby. Hearing about the behind the scenes and the mental gymnastics that these athletes endure every single day to compete in this sport and find success in it is super interesting to me. And I hope that Shelby's going to be a little kinder to herself when it comes to the mental game and everything I know that those ladies have to put up with on the road. If you want to read more about Shelby and her great mare Onna, you can check out breakawayropingjournal.com. We have a ton of articles about her and her 2023 World Championship. And while you're perusing the web, you can check out roping.com as well. Huge thanks again to roping.com for supporting this episode of The Breakdown. And we will see you back here next week for another episode of The Tie Down Breakdown.